I'm Kathleen. This is Kathleen's Trot and Trail. Today is Tuesday. Today is Wednesday, the 12th of April. And I'm coming to you today. It's a lovely 90 degrees this afternoon in the state of Nebraska. Way too hot for April. Luckily, this is not a sustainable temperature. I think today's the hottest day, and then we cool off this weekend and get back into the 60s and 70s, which is much, much better. I think that we're 20 degrees above average today. So it's interesting because this same time last week, it was one of the mornings I woke up and it was 17 outside. So in a week, we've gone from 17 to 90. So, but it was a lovely Easter weekend. The weather was lovely, just perfect. We spent a lot of time outside. We spent a lot of time, just around the property. Just really enjoyed ourselves with the weather. It was just absolutely gorgeous. A little windy, but that's okay. We'll put up with that. And it is windy today, even with the 90 degrees. It's very breezy. So, I have all of a whopping 30 minutes to film this because I am meeting a friend for dinner tonight. I thought that I would just do a very quick update and just come to you and say hello, because I know I said I wouldn't be here before Easter, but I would definitely try to film something right after Easter. For those of you who celebrate, I hope you had a lovely holiday. Let's see. So I've kind of been a bit monogamous. I have worked on, I have one finish that I forgot to bring over here with me, and I have you propped up on my lap. I have the feet out on my chair. This is actually my stitching chair, and you can see my light right here. And I have my feet plopped out and a lap desk, and then you're propped up on actually two different lap desks to get you high enough, and you're still kind of low, and it's probably not the best. It's probably not the best picture, but you know what? It is what it is. But I have stitching here next to me. I have one just very small finish, not FFO'd, that I finished, I think, the day before Easter, while I was waiting for 2 days before Easter, while I was waiting for all the kids to get here, and then never had time to FFO it. So, but I'll insert a picture of that. If you can hear chirping behind me, we have 6 new baby chickens. We have, 2 Jubilee Orpingtons, 2 Lavender Orpingtons, and 2 golden laced Polish. So they're inside. They're itty bitty, and they're inside right now. They came last Wednesday, so they're a little more than a week old. They were hatched on Monday of last week, and then arrived here on Wednesday, and they're just adorable, if I do say so myself, and I will insert pictures of them as well. But yeah, anyway, so I'm filming in the family room, and it's a kind of a big room, and the chickens are behind me, and I know you can hear them chirping, but I don't think that's a bad sound, so hopefully it won't be too distracting. Anyway, let's just kind of get to it right away. I've really been working I had really been working very monogamously once I finished that little Easter small on The Rhythm of the Rain, I think is what it's called. We'll get to it here in a second, by the Blue Flower. And I've gotten quite a bit done and was very excited about that. And then I happened to be watching a little bit of FlashTube also right before the kiddos got here. And I was watching Pam stitching between the lines, and she showed a lovely finish, kind of a Christmas finish, by Madame Lafie, I think is how you say it. And it's just I did not pause the video. I did not allow myself to pause the video, but I kept thinking about it. And I had some downtime. I think Saturday night we were all getting ready. We went out to dinner, to a nice dinner downtown Omaha. There's an area called Old Market that has, everything from cute little boutique type stuff, a huge park and fun restaurants and, just all of that kind of thing. And so we were taking everyone out to eat. I did cook on Easter, but Saturday night we went out. And so I was ready before everyone else, and I had a little bit of downtime, and I had been thinking about Pam's video and this finish that she showed. And so I, just zipped over to 123 Stitch, and Madame Lafitte has, so this finish that she showed, and if you watch her when I show you mine, you'll know which one I'm talking about for her. I don't remember what hers was called. I think it might have been the Mountains or Christmas Mountains or something like that. But it just checks all the boxes. It's very not primitive, but old-fashioned looking, which I love, that kind of old-fashioned curio cabinet look. And so I went to see if 123 Stitch had this pattern, and they didn't just have this pattern, but they had tons of other patterns for all the seasons, all the holidays, and I ordered several. And so that, when those came, and of course they came, right away. And so yesterday, as all the kids were leaving, I was sorting floss and kitting up. And so I've kind of been working on that. So we're going to start. And then today is Wednesday, and I worked on that this morning, and I was doing laundry, and I thought, gosh, I should get back to the rhythm of the rain. Oh, but it's Wednesday. And I kind of felt like some Halloween stitching. And so I got out, and once again, I don't have for you, I will try, maybe, you know what, I do. I have a picture of this. This was a Sal, by Tiny Modernist, I believe. It was a mystery stitch along. It was a mystery stitch along by Tiny Modernist called Halloween Crystal Ball. And I just have a little tiny picture of the first part. I got one of those little Kodak mini printers, photo printers. And so I've been trying to put this, attach pictures or put pictures in all of my project bags, because I have had the occasion where I've opened up a project bag and I've started something and I don't have a picture because it's a PDF and I don't know what it is. Anyway, so this is the beginning of it. So it's a crystal ball, obviously. The mystery Sal is long over. There's a cat sitting on a book, a pumpkin, and a little town inside the crystal ball, and then there's some flowers alongside of it. Anyway, it's just really neat and lots of great detail, and I loved the way the books were stacked. That's really what got me, was the stacking of the books. Speaking of books, okay, so Pam, Stitching Between the Lines, apparently this video is going to be a tribute to Pam, was talking about some books that she had read, and she had mentioned a book that I had mentioned last time, the autobiography by Tom Felton, the kid that played Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter. No longer a kid, grown up into an adult, and has written an autobiography. Highly recommend. It's called Beyond the Wand, I believe is what it's called, but it's Tom Felton's autobiography, and it's excellent. But she had recommended a book called Apples Never Fall by, I think her name is Leanne Moriarty, and I had never read anything by her. I've had different things I had different things recommended to me, and I have them in my wish list, but for whatever reason, and I think she's quite a prolific author, I had never read any of hers. And so I had finished a couple of other books that were and Pam had recommended Apples Never Fall. I don't understand. And I read it in 5 days. It's such a good book. It's twisty, turny, funny characters, very interesting, intriguing characters, I thought. And you do sort of get, I like a book where you feel, you can feel something for the people. You kind of get where they're coming from. They're not too terribly whiny. I don't like characters that are super, super whiny or just, tragic victims, like 100% tragic victims. I like characters that have a little bit of spice and spunk to them. And I thought these different characters in this book, it's about a family. And anyway, Apples Never Fall. It's really good. Highly recommend. And I listened to it on Audible. It takes place in Australia. And it was really fun to listen to it and hear all the accents, all the Australian accents. So anyway, highly recommend. Okay, so this is the one, I've started this, this was my third start on this. The first time I started it and was probably about 3/4 of the way through it, maybe not quite, but close, and realized I'd cut my fabric wrong and it wasn't going to fit. And so then I started it on a different piece of fabric and just stitched a little bit of it and didn't like the fabric. And so I have re-stitched it or restarted it on this really awesome piece of even weave. And I'm not a big even weave. I like linen. But this is a lovely piece of even weave. I don't know exactly where it came from, but it's lovely. And there's the start. So this is just the base of the crystal ball. And I'm not using any of the called for. I'm using some silks, some cottons. I just did a whole conversion of what I had. And I love the way that's turning out. So I worked on that this afternoon. I got actually quite a bit of that base finished on that. And so I don't know if I'll work on that anymore this week or not. I might. I'm really enjoying that. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Just the annual checkup, and so I should have some time to stitch in the morning after work, and then maybe after I get home from the doctor's and do chicken chores and all of that kind of stuff. And I'll just kind of see how I feel, and if that's what I feel like working on, I might. Okay, so Madame Lafitte. This is called Cabinet of Curiosities, and it looks like this. I got 2 Halloween ones. I think I got 2 Halloween ones, 2 Christmas ones, and 2 summer ones. I think so. I think I got 6 altogether. I don't know. This kind of thing with the butterfly and the little cloche and the mushrooms. I've been telling you that I'm massively into mushrooms lately. The bird, again, a stack of books. I love that look. Oh, it's really neat. So these are all the flosses, and I'm using all the called for. This floss ring really isn't big enough for my flosses. Never look like everybody else's. They never look perfect. But really, just kind of muted colors with some pops of bright, really nice. So I don't think I could find where it's a lovely chart. It's many pages long, as you can imagine, but it's nice and big. It's in color, easy to follow. It's 201 by 193, so it's decent size. I couldn't find where she was recommending a fabric, and I didn't order fabric for it, so I was just gonna try to find something that I had, and I had a little bit of a hard time because you can see there's some great muted kind of golds or tans and then white. And so I was kind of thinking, I think I'm gonna have to go with a gray, but then there's also some blue grays in there, and I was really struggling. And then I came upon this piece of fabric, and I believe I can tell you what it is. I thought I put that in here. Oh, wrong. Well, maybe I can't. I was thinking I had it on here, but I bet I have it. If anybody really wants to know, let me know and I'll go look it up. I have it over there because I cut a piece of fabric in half. Anyway, it is a lovely, let me put this behind it, a lovely piece of very modelly dark linen. Is that correct? Sorry, I'm sitting, back in my chair. And so here's the beginning of the butterfly. Got one whole side of the butterfly done. And then I started in on the next little cabinet, which is the cloche. And it's very, very simple to stitch. A lot of stitching, a lot of color changes, but very, very satisfying because it goes pretty quickly. And I think that butterfly is so pretty. You're not really seeing. Let me see if I turn this light on, if that'll give you, oh no, nope. I have bright afternoon sunlight coming in below me. But anyway, I think that's really pretty. So let's see. The kids left yesterday. I was pretty worn out. We stayed up late. We did bonfires. We like to play board games. We played a lot of board games. We have, a new favorite called Azul, and the kids got Easter baskets. This was the first time we've had Caitlin and Caleb home for Easter in a really, really long time. And I originally thought we were gonna have all of the kids home, Maddie and Ryan and Caitlin and Caleb, but Maddie couldn't make it. So I wanted to do big Easter baskets, especially since we didn't get to do Christmas, really technically. And so I had played this game Azul at Caitlin and Caleb's house last month when I was out there, and I really enjoyed it. I think I told you about it. And so I got a game for us, an Azul game for us, and one for Ryan and one for Maddie. And I got a different version when not realizing it. And so we had to learn how to play that, and it's actually very fun. But then I went to Target and got the real version because I really wanted to play that while everybody was home. So that was fun. And then we played a couple different card games, and then we sat outside and we played Jackbox games. If you know what those are I think it's jackbox.com, and I don't know. I think it's an app. I don't want to be silly about this, but I don't really know all the details. But anyway, the kids pull it up. It pulls up on the TV, and there are trivia games. There are mystery games. There's just all kinds of different games that you can play. And I really like there's a kind of a trivia murder game, and that's a lot of fun. And so one night we did bonfire and s'mores and played Jackbox outside, and that was really fun. And so we stayed up late, and I was exhausted, and so it took me quite a while to sort through all of the floss for all these different charts. And so as Caitlin and Caleb were packing up their car and kind of getting ready to go, I was doing that. And then once they left, I kitted this up and got to start on it in the afternoon and worked on it, most of the afternoon, and then was pretty tired last night and put the chickens down and went to bed early. The only other thing that I've really worked on then is, now there's a couple of things up here, so we'll see. I think it's called The Rhythm of the Rain, is it? The Gentle Rain by the Blue Flower. This is a chart that Sarah, my sweet friend Sarah, sent to me. And this is another one. I was thinking I might have restarted this as well. Maybe not. I think I didn't restart it on new fabric. I think I restarted the swirls or the rain clouds at the top. I think last time you saw it, I had the little girl done, and I had started on the fountain. So I got quite a bit more of the fountain done, and then a start on the raccoon next to the fountain. Oh, I also got almost all of the tree finished. So yeah, it's coming right along, and I love this one. I really think I want to kind of be monogamous and just stitch that. So I have this really bad habit. I have a little shelf over here where I have all of my current whips. And, but when I'm stitching here in my chair, a lot of times I'll just set, set my project next to me. And sometimes I won't, put them away on the shelf. They'll just pile up. I'll pull something from the shelf, work on it, and then just set it here. So I'm going to just show you, since I have like 10 minutes left, I'm going to just show you a few other things that I've worked on since we last talked. Another thing that I worked on quite a bit is the Little Country Cottage Needleworks Big City Christmas. And I showed you last time that I was doing this as one piece. And so here is, I think I finished, finally the department store, got Santa in there and the sign. Now, I changed this up just a little bit. I'm using all the called for. Oh, I know, I have a couple snowflakes that still need to be done here. This just said department store. I changed it to Denver Dry Goods. That was a department store that was in Denver when I was growing up. It was, I don't know, it was like a one-off. It wasn't a chain department store. It was just I believe, just a, local to Denver, big department store. And they always had a big Christmas window in the front. And so, so I changed that. And then this sign said sale, and I changed it to joy. I don't know. I didn't like sale being in there, but, oh, and it looks like, no, I did get the presents done. I needed to pull some DMC for that yellow. And then I started on the next one, which is, so we have the department store, and then we have the theater, which is really cute. Now, my kids grew up doing community theater at the Elkhorn Valley Community Theater. And that's kind of a long name. And so I really want to put that here in this. But it was also just called the EVCT. So maybe I'll just put EVCT in there. Or maybe I'll just put theater. I don't know. I like how this says, I think it says now playing in this sign, and I could change that to A Christmas Carol or Oliver, which were two shows that my son was in at the EVCT when he was younger. That'd be kind of fun. And then I got a start. I was telling you how much I liked the taxi, so I got a start on the cab. I got the one wheel and the base and a start on the cab. So that is coming along. I would like to get that finished up. Also, I went back and looked at all the details on that, and I think there are maybe only 7 parts to that. So yeah, it's not forever and ever. Oh, I have a secret stitch that I can't show you there. Oh, okay. I can show you this. I think I may have shown you when I bought it. Luminous Fiber Arts Enchanted Quaker. I love that. I think that's so neat. And it's not ginormous. I found some really fun fabric in my stash that was kind of, I don't even know. I would say it's more like clay pot or terracotta more than orange, but I thought it would look real. Sorry, I'm trying to get this unfolded. I thought it would look really neat on this, with this project. And so there is my beginning. This is really fun to work on. I really am enjoying it. So I have the cat, and there's 4 pumpkins that go around here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I had to wait to start this. I'm going to use, I ordered this from Teresa, Vinette Kitten Stitcher. It is Floramel Silk Floss by Gloriana, and it is antique black. And so that's what I'm using. Oh, and it's luscious. In fact, my hands have been a little too rough to really stitch with that because, silk catches if your hands are rough at all, or if you have a jagged nail, or So those are the projects that I worked on in the last few weeks since I last saw you. I gotta get this organized. Other than that, it's been a lot of time spent with the chickens. We took down all the tarps, so we have the whole chicken pen all winter has been covered with clear plastic tarps to keep the wind and the cold and the snow and the wet and all of that out. And so, 90 degrees, time to take those down. So that's one of the things that I lured the kids into helping me with, and that got that all cleaned up and ready to plant some flowers in front of the chicken pen and do all that kind of stuff. So that's a lot of fun, and just spent some time with the kittens, spent some time with the barn cats this weekend. And then, of course, the new baby chicks, been spending a lot of time with them. So that's been fun too. So that's it, guys. That's kind of all I have for you today. I do have a new rug that I'm hoping to start here really soon. And so if I get a start on that, I will, maybe I'll do a little filming of some cutting of some wool and some, like first loops that I pull in a new rug. And maybe, I don't know if I'll do a separate video, but maybe just attach them to the end of my next video. So hope to be back in a couple weeks. It may just be with one project, and it may just be with hopefully lots of progress on one project. But you guys know me well enough to know that, that's really not how I roll. It really isn't. I'm just terrible about sticking to just one thing. But I mean, I've done that more so in the last few weeks than I probably have ever done in my entire life. So, that's it. Take care. Happy spring. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.